Hello, my name is Adam Torrens and I'm at Stanford American International School, and this is my fourth assignment. So to get started in this project, I needed a really clear guiding question to help me with my leadership and create this change in the school. So at first, my guiding question was around how we can build students' experiences and learning through the use of ICT, through the use of technology. But after talking to Richard and Andrew and some other people around the school, it became clear that I needed to hone my focus into one area of ICT. So my guiding question ended up being, how can teachers have a common understanding of portfolios in the PYP? But because I am technology focused, it ended up being, how can teachers have a better understanding of a common, sustainable platform to assist students when completing portfolios? The big challenge for me was to use what I've learned in leadership to get the teachers to use a common platform for portfolios. The concern at the moment was that different grade levels were using different platforms for student portfolios. The quality of portfolios was poor, and we were very confused about what should be in a portfolio and how it should be delivered to parents. So in short, I wanted to improve student portfolios by getting all the teachers on board with a common understanding of portfolios in the PYP and one platform that we can use all the way through our school. So there were a couple of concerns when working on this project. Of course, the one that I stated before was the main concern that started the challenge was that a lot of teachers were using different platforms for the portfolio, and we didn't have a common understanding of what portfolios in the PYP actually means. The other concern was about my leadership. I am in the ICT department, which is outside of the portfolio realm at our school. The portfolio is usually up to the PYP coordinator and the homeroom teachers, as well as the divisional principals. And for me to show leadership in that area meant that I was coming into an area that wasn't my field, and to try and create change in this area that essentially I had no authority in. But the use of ICT is very important in portfolios, so I did feel some comfort knowing that I do have a leadership authority, I guess, through the use of ICT. So my plan of action for this challenge was to follow the steps, identify, implement, and impact, and make sure that I had a very clear plan with a group of people that we could implement. So the first bit was to identify the challenge, not only identify it, but to get a group of people that were experts in either ICT and portfolios and get a common understanding of the challenge that we wanted to solve. Then we wanted to review a survey given to teachers that I put out to make sure that we also have a common understanding of where teachers are starting from, what their frustrations are, and what their wishes are in regards to portfolios. Then we went into implement. How do we implement this change? So what we decided was to develop a common understanding of why we use student portfolios, and we brought in Simon Sinek's circle, where we wanted to focus on not that we are changing the portfolio platform, but why do students use the portfolios? Why do we use portfolios? And how we can make them better, I guess, through the use of ICT. We wanted to research possible digital and non-digital platforms to make sure that this is not just a quick decision. We're not making change because we have to make change. We wanted to make sure that this change is sustainable. We wanted to make sure that everyone was on board of this change and understand why we're making this change. The last bit in the implement is really make sure that we have the opportunity to upskill our teachers and make sure that we're collaborating with the right people, making sure that we're bringing in people from the PYP, making sure that we're bringing in homeroom teachers, making sure that we're talking to divisional principals, and just really trying to get every single stakeholder in this process together so we have a common understanding. And that way it'll just be a smooth transition, offering teachers professional development as a large team, smaller teams, or one-on-one, and really pushing this change, not slowly, but having a strong presence to make sure everyone's on the same page. The last bit, of course, is our impact. We really wanted to collect data on what impact are we having on students' portfolios. Not only the quality, but the quantity, and making sure that parents are happy with the change in the portfolio, that all the teachers are happy, and that students find it more beneficial as well. So in the end, to get started on this project, I did want to go back and quickly reread some of the things that we were learning. So some big guidance for me was Simon Sinek's circle, golden circle, to find out why we're making this change and to make sure that everyone knows why we're making this change. And also focus on my own leadership style by looking at Perkins' different leadership styles. And for me, it was the vision-centered leadership, and that ties in really well with Simon Sinek's circle, to make sure that I know why I'm making this change and to make sure that every stakeholder is making this change. So what we did was I gathered a group of people in the school that was focused on PYP portfolios and also ICT. We came up with our course of action and we did our research. In the end, we decided that Seesaw would fulfill most of our needs that we had. It was easy for students to access, it was easy to share their work, and students could easily type in a really good reflection as well. So after a few weeks of looking at different platforms, Seesaw we felt was the best one for us. We trialed it ourselves as a team to make sure that we could assist teachers around the school on how to use this application for portfolios. And then we had a lot of collaboration meetings. We worked with specific grade levels to trial it out to their students first. And then we looked at specialist teachers to make sure that they're learning about why we're making this change and how we can implement this change. We worked with grade levels, always reflecting back to Simon Sinek's circle and also Perkins' leadership style to show them that this is not just a quick change, that we've thought about this change, that there's a reason we're making this change, and that it is a change for the better. One area that we didn't let us forget about was the parents, making sure that we upskilled parents as well. I felt like it was really important to include all stakeholders with this change. So not only working professionally with the people that I work with, but also the parents who are involved quite a lot. So my team did meet with parents on multiple occasions to show them why we're making this change, and also to teach them how we use this app as well, and how students use this application. In the end, we collected a lot of data. We did see that it was a success with this change. We're continuing to build it more now with more grade levels because the project was a success, and we did find that the change was a positive change as well. So it was really important to not only measure the efficacy of the change that is happening in Stanford, but it was also important for me to measure my own leadership and to make sure that I'm getting a good understanding of how I am as a leader and how other people perceive me as a leader. So in order to do this, it was very easy just to send out surveys from time to time to measure the teachers' thoughts and feelings and understanding of the portfolio change, but also to measure how they're feeling as me as a leader, to make sure that I'm supporting each type of learner. I felt like I grew a lot with my leadership. I felt that I thought I was a strong leader because I was a confident speaker before starting this course. Throughout this course, I realized there's a lot more to it than that. I found out which style of leader I was, and not only that, I found out which style of leader a lot of people were as well. It's not just a confident speaker who is the person that is a strong leader. You really need to understand which strategies can be used for your own type of leadership. So I felt like I didn't just grow for myself as a leader, but to understand how different leaders operate around the school. I found it very beneficial for me as well. So throughout this course, I did find myself very happy with how I grew as not only a leader, but as a professional as well.